and this issue of fake doctors, fake and imposter dentists, fake psychiatrists, psychologists is definitely on the rise. People are getting hurt. More and more people are being harmed by these fake doctors.
That's Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays, and if you don't believe her, then consider these recent imposter cases.
Exclusive ABC15 investigation into an imposter doctor.
For almost a year, a woman posed as a doctor, opened a Valley psychiatry office treating people with serious mental health issues.
Tonight, we've learned of another case. ABC15 Chief Investigator Dave Biskobing confirmed the Attorney General's office just arrested these two women.
The AG's office is the state agency that prosecutes imposters, but it can only prosecute the ones they know about. It's why Mays is in complete agreement. More needs to be done, and before people get hurt.
So it's horrible, and the key is to stop it before it starts. And our system is not doing that. The state of Arizona and our health boards are broken, and they are under-resourced and don't have the resources and the funding to hire the investigators that are necessary to stop this before it gets started. The other thing that I think we need is a centralized registry so that you can check, right? You can, if you're going to see a dentist, a place that you can go to make sure that person is really a dentist. So I think there are reforms, but those things are really not happening right now.
The Attorney General covered a lot there. Health boards are broken, they're underfunded, understaffed, and they need a better registry for the public. Let's break those down, starting with the last one. Right now, many health boards have their own databases of licensed professionals on their individual websites. Some other states have it more centralized, but repeatedly over the years, our reporting has shown names aren't enough.
But we've seen situations where they just literally steal someone else's name. I'm not sure that a central registry could work, but do we need pictures next to that? Because I wonder, does a name work?
It's a fair point.
Here's an example. This imposter opened and ran a med spa by using a fake nurse's identity. Multiple patients complained to local police, but they failed to look into it, so they contacted us. We went undercover and discovered the truth. She was a fake, and she looked nothing like the nurse she pretended to be.
So I think that's a fair point. I think we probably need facial ID. We need stronger identification. We need a central registry.
Now to the health boards. In our past investigation, we exposed many boards ignored people who reported potential imposters. They would get a complaint, maybe send a cease and desist letter, and call it good. In this case, we went undercover to catch this fake doctor. He had been reported to different agencies at least 5 times over a decade and not stopped. But after our story, he was almost immediately arrested by the Attorney General's office. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 8 years in prison. And it's our stories like that led the state to pass a new law in 2019. That law finally required health boards to verify imposter complaints, post imposters' names on their websites, and refer cases to the Attorney General's office for investigation.
It required health boards to actually have to look into it when they got it, which I thought was wild, wasn't clear. Right?
You would think that would be obvious.
But we're looking into new cases where it appears some boards are still sitting on imposter complaints and not notifying the AG. That shouldn't be happening, especially since the AG's office has attorneys assigned to the boards to give them legal advice.
I guess, knowing that you have, attorneys assigned civilly to these boards, do you think there maybe needs to be them to re-get the memo about what the law requires of them or what they should be doing regardless?
No, I think so. I think we need to re-up that message, through our attorneys.
Dr. Craig,
But again, this is all reactionary after imposters already set up shop and after they hurt people.
From what you're seeing and what you're making clear is that you believe that the legislature needs to figure out ways to better attack this on the front end.
Yes, no, the legislature needs to better attack it on the front end. We need these licensing boards to be better funded. And quite frankly, I think we need a change of attitude as well.
Quote, a change of attitude. Take this case as an example.
Dave Biskobing, ABC15.
We exposed this real dentist used forged anesthesia credentials. He created a fake medical degree using a Microsoft Word template, gave it to the dental board, and got approved. The board ignored repeated complaints from real anesthesia professionals, so whistleblowers came to us. To make sure it could not be ignored, we blew up the fake credentials and confronted board leaders during a public meeting. After our story, the dentist was arrested and convicted.
Regulators need to be regulators again. They need to not treat licensed, the world of licensed professionals or the world of people who are not licensed as if they're customers.
Back in November, we reached out to a bunch of state leaders to see if they had new ideas to better stop imposters before they get started and before they're able to hurt people. We contacted spokespeople for Democrats and Republicans in both the state House and Senate. We contacted the governor's office, the state health department, and the attorney general's office. But only the attorney general offered any solutions.
But yes, we need DHS, we need the licensing boards, and we need all the regulators to do their job.
I don't think the imposter stuff is such a gray area. And
No, it's not a gray area. And I think it's something that everyone should be able to get behind and the legislature should want to try to address.
I'm investigator Dave Biskobing, ABC 15, Arizona.